Hey everyone, so some very exciting news is that the buttonhole kit is finally back in stock. The two kickers, well really the one kicker, was the DMC Tatting thread, and I remember saying that when I was talking about the kit, so there's been this whole thing, right, and I've called like everybody else and I've heard from this person and that supplier and this and that and whatever, and it's a little confusing because everybody seems to have a tiny bit of a different story. I've talked to DMC directly, I've talked to a number of people from DMC, and the general thing is that they don't, what is known as tatting thread from DMC is that Della something or others, and that's in size 80. But I talked to a supplier who specializes in tatting thread, and they were saying that really anything that's size 80 is considered a tatting thread. So like the Coordinate, DMC has, the Coordinate in a bunch of different sizes. They have size 80 as well as 100, which I'm like I've through this process I found out about the 100 and I'm like curious now to get my hands on it. But anywho, so what I'm trying to say is I've been all the way down these rabbit holes and talked to all these different people. It sounds, and I've gotten a little bit different stories from everybody, but it sounds like we are not going to be able to get the dentally thing that was in the first round of kits. So if you got those first round of kits, I mean, you might as well put that little spool in like a little box and save it. It sounds like it's going to be a vintage thing that you can't get anymore. I'm just kidding, but seriously. So the next round, I was able to get my hands on some DMC Coordinate, and this is size 80, so like I said, talking about a supplier who specializes in tatting thread, this is apparently still considered tatting thread. I have made buttonholes out of this, and this I talked about in some of my videos. I have the Coordinate. This is in size 10, so it's much bigger. I don't use the size 10 on fine weight stuff, but this size 80, you can use all of your fine weight, lightweight batises and lawns and voiles and all that sort of stuff, and it would work beautifully. So that is what's going to be included in this next kit. And if you can see, the original tatting thread from DMC is a 10-gram ball. This is a 20-gram ball. So these rounds of kits, the box is going to arrive like this. You can see where it's twice the size as what I had planned for when I bought, when I got in these boxes and all the rest of it. So just don't mind that you're getting twice as much of the material, so whatever. I've got to pick my battles. It's like DMC, the more I'm learning about them. See, I have loved DMC for a number of years. I have not met a DMC product that I don't absolutely fall head over heels for. But now being on this side of things and trying to get materials and whatever, it feels like more and more DMC is that boy that I'm absolutely smitten with, and I just think that he is gorgeous and smart and this and that and whatever, and he doesn't notice me, and he doesn't want anything to do with me, and I'm like, you could just love me back, right? Like, let me buy your products. Anywho, so once the round that I've got together, once those buttonhole kits are sold, the ones with the DMC Coordinate, we will be going to the Elizabeth tatting thread. This is size 80. Again, I use this. The Elizabeth tatting thread, I will be completely honest with you, I was not thrilled with because I also tat, and I tried the Elizabeth tatting thread way back when, but I tried size like 10 and 20, and after a while of tatting, like the fiber would untwist on itself, and it just wasn't like as clean of a look because you'd have these little picos and the fibers would be like untwisted, and even if you let your shuttle down and let it like unwind and whatever, it would still, please don't pull the thread, it would still just be untwisted. So I wasn't crazy about it, but the size 80 doesn't have that issue, so I'm going to stand by all my products. I'm not just going to put something together just to put it together. Like, size 80 doesn't seem to have the issue that the bigger sizes have. I can't recommend the bigger sizes of the Elizabeth tatting thread, but I do like the size 80, and I'm going to be having, it's exciting because there's a number of colors. It's readily available. I will be getting the colors to be put on my website. The website is one big rainbow at this point, between the floash and the twist and the tatting thread, and there's just like, it's a one big rainbow. Anywho, so I wanted to go over those differences of the buttonhole kit. Like I said, then the next ones will be having this massive 20-gram Coordinate size 80 from DMC, and then once those are sold out ongoing, it'll go back down to a 10-gram, the Elizabeth Tatting thread size 80 in white. So to clear that up, that's what it is. If you have any questions, of course, put them down in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them. I so appreciate everyone's support and encouragement on this journey. And yeah, we got to go. Thanks, everyone. Bye.